I was tagged in this content creator's video, and I want you guys to watch this. She is from Africa. I'm not sure which country, maybe Nigeria. I'm not sure. It doesn't say on her bio. But what I want you to listen to, she sounds exactly like she could literally be one of us, like a Black woman here in America, the way she is talking about marriage and watching our moms, our aunties, our cousins, older women, what they have gone through as far as being a wife and connected to these men. She is it's literally like and I've been saying this, the global condition of women is pretty much the same with just a slightly different flavor. So go ahead and watch this woman.
Doesn't it bother you that our mothers are still in marriage, but many of their daughters are divorced? It goes to show that as far as marriage is concerned, there is something fundamental we are missing in our generation.
It's because you don't understand that women in that generation, we witnessed our mother suffering. You didn't because you were too busy outside playing and enjoying yourself, whilst we were in the house witnessing bad things in this so-called perfect marriage in your eyes. We heard our mother complain about our father. We heard our mother complain about how many times our father cheated. We heard about how many times our fathers impregnated another women outside of the marriage. We heard everything. We heard our aunt got HIV by our uncle. I have one of my auntie. She's now passed away. Her husband gave her HIV. He went to work for in a foreign country, and then when he came back, the gift he asked for her was HIV. You African boy, African man, you still have a sugary version of your marriage of the father and your mother, whilst us, we know the reality of it. Most of the time, our mother were the one who suffered. They suffered the most. So when we say for the better and the worse is only for the women. Because you grew up witnessing this, because most of the time, boys, you know what's going on. You know that the father is not the best father. But because your mother stayed, you grew up believing that my wife also has to stay. Even though your father mistreated your mother, you still want your wife to accept everything you are doing to her, even if it's wrong, because this is how you have been raised. Most of African men, you have heard that women, wife, must accept everything. But what is happening now is this girl like me, who grew up hearing this type of story from my mom, from my auntie, from the elders. When is our time to get married? We absolutely don't want to go through the same cycle. This is why you are disturbed, because you are facing women who are choosing themselves over their husband. And this is why they are getting divorced. Because when you are still stuck in the ideal marriage of your mom and dad, we know what it is. We know how sour are these marriage. We know that this type of marriage come with a cost. And the only person who has to pay for the cost is the women. So no, life is too short. Life is too short for me to be with a man who is not willing to treat me the same way I treat him. Life is too short for any woman, anyone, to accept the bare minimum. I refuse to be a good wife to a bad husband. I refuse to give the best of me to a man who will only give the worst of him. This is why. This is why you are surprised, because this women generation, no longer want this. We are healing and we are breaking the curse of toxic marriages. And you are stuck in the past. The only thing you want is to repeat the same trauma over and over again. Because whether you want it or not, this marriage affects the children. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because most of the time, men are selfish. You only think about your own well-being. You don't care about the wife. You don't care about how your children will be affected in the future. Stop. Enough. We are out.
If you listen to her, you could see, I talk about this all the time. The dust is global. And what women go through is also a global phenomenon. It's global. And it's all because it is the patriarchy. Colonialism has brought the same problems to, all of these countries that have been conquered. But there was sexism on the continent of Africa even before colonialism and white supremacy came there. So that's not all of their issues, because sexism has always been at play. But one of the commenters on her post made a comment that she made another video about talking about gender roles and the condition of girls, and why being born a girl who obviously grows into a woman is a curse. So you have got to watch this video as well, because it speaks to, it just speaks to why I think that this is why feminists are born all over the place, because where there is oppression, there's going to be people that push back and want to have a better life. And so that is the reason why feminism is growing just about everywhere, because women want to be free. And in this global world where we see some people being more free than others, and the people that are watching themselves being oppressed, and then knowing that there are free women that can actually choose life, this is the reason why things are changing on a global scale, but it's not changing quick enough. It's not changing quick enough. So go ahead and watch this video as well.
I think young girl in Africa and maybe all over the world, but I will still speak about Africa. We are groomed to be wife and to be slave because we are not even wanted. In Africa, they believe that having a girl is kind of a curse because a girl is taken away. So if they have girl, they will not benefit from that girl. This is why they worship boys. This is why if a father only have girls, he will be mocked by the whole community. That's why you will hear African women beg for tips. They want to know how to have a boys, because some husband, some partner will threaten them to divorce them if they cannot give them boy. This is why African mother will adore their boys. They will treat them like king. They will never shout at them. They are allowed to make so many mistakes. It's okay because they are boys. You will see the double standard, how they treat their girl and how they treat their boys is totally different, because they don't even want to have girls. Most of them hate girls because after the husband paid the bride price, they will ask the maximum amount and then they will get rid of you. In mind, boys will stay. Boys will have the money. Boys will take care of them. Boys will carry the name. This is why from the younger age, they will teach us how to clean and cook and how to be submissive, because deep down, they just want us to go away. They want to get rid of us. Heard of story of men, they only have girl with their wives and they went to cheat, and if they have boys with the mistress, they will come home and tell to their wife, at least she gave me a boy. My family, we have 5 kids. My mom have 4 girls, and she kept trying until she got pregnant with my brother. And they even went to pray because they wanted to have a boy. Now my brother is 34 and my mom still give him money. It doesn't work. And my father, who wanted a boy so bad, wasn't even here to raise him. And the irony of it is, the so-called girl who is now married to someone else is the one who taking care of the parents today. The so-called boys who were supposed to take care of mom and dad, today they are nowhere to be found. How ironic.
Like I said, that woman could literally be many of our cousins based on what she's talking about and the condition of women and girls. But you guys go ahead, weigh in. Let me know what you think about that one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.